Hello and greetings from Vancouver Island, British Columbia, Canada. Today I had to call an audible because I had planned on exploring a creek. However, the area where the creek is, it was rainy and really foggy, even though it's the middle of summer in 2024. So I decided to totally change my plan. And as you can see, at least in the area where I'm at right now, it's nice and dry. And I'm about to try and find a place called Mossy Grove, which features a beautiful maple tree that has a huge long branch that's very unique. Now, I don't have any specific instructions for how to find Mossy Grove, and so I'm just hoping for the best. And I have some clues, but yeah, I don't even know if I'll find it. But it's a beautiful spot, and I'll do some exploring. And if we find it, I'll show you. Let's go. Well, to be honest, so far this is not looking promising at all, because I followed a trail through the river and I was hoping there'd be a trail going along the river, but there hasn't. So I've been bushwhacking through there, and now, unless there's a trail right here, which I don't think there is, no, I'm sure people were not walking through the river. That is for sure. So far, not so good. So something very peculiar just happened back there by the river. I was just walking along the river, and all of a sudden I heard music for about 4 or 5 seconds, and what sounded like somebody walking through the forest about, 20 feet away from me. And then it just stopped as quickly as it started. And I just kind of thinking, what the heck's going on here? Is it somebody else looking for the grove? And so I just stood still, waiting for the music to go back on, or to hear the person going through the woods, and nothing. So I'm a little baffled. So anyhow, like I said, so far I'm not finding it, so I'm going to go back to the road, and I'm going to be curious to see if there's another vehicle parked there, because when I got here there's nobody else. And so if there's another vehicle, that'll make me think that I haven't lost my marbles just yet. But if there isn't, that's very strange. I'm still looking for a trail, but I know that it's in a flat area, and it doesn't make any sense that it's going to be up, because that's a big hill there. I guess I'm going to have to earn it if I find it. Sure enough, no other vehicles. Very strange. So I'm going to walk up the main logging road a little bit and see if I can find a offshoot trail. And if I can't, well, it's going to be a bit of a long trip, all for naught. At the moment, I'm on what appears to be a rather crude trail, but that's the kind of trail I want and expect to find, with some signs of, like, these bent over ferns. It's a sign that this might be something. Still don't see any maples, but keep going. So whether I've actually found it or not, it is quite nice in here, but I won't be satisfied unless I find these big maples. But I can't see where the trail really goes through here. Very tricky. I've come across this pretty big tree that's obviously fallen down, but as you can see, it's just nothing but thick ferns And there's no obvious trails there. I mean, that crude trail that I talked about, for all I know, it could be a deer trail. But it's not too hard to get through this, so I'm gonna keep exploring. I managed to climb right up on this fallen tree. And these are maples. That's a maple tree right there in the middle. So I have no doubt that this could be the right way. Sun's starting to come out now. But I'll definitely recognize the main attraction, that maple tree that has an incredibly huge low-hanging branch, if I see it. It's a logging truck about to go over the bridge. Well, I just found an old dried up creek bed, so that's making life a little easier. That'll allow me to cover some ground a little quicker. Still not seeing what I'm looking for though yet. Come out, wherever you are. Well, even the creek bed is getting to be so overgrown it's hard to get through. I mean, it's hard to imagine that other people have been through here, so I kind of have a feeling that I'm at the wrong spot, but I'm going to keep searching because who knows, maybe I'll discover something interesting and new. So I've just found some kind of, I'm going to guess that no, they're not human. Probably bear footprints on a very rough looking trail. Let's see if we can follow it for a bit, because I want to go this way, but this is so thick through here. So unless somebody's already beaten a path through here, it's not going to be fun. No, it doesn't look like it. Yeah, that's some old poop of some kind. I'm gonna guess a bear, which there are a lot out this way. This maple tree here is getting closer to what I'd expect to find. Definitely has some nice moss hanging on the branches, but I still see no signs of anybody having been here, and I know there's been a few people that have found it, but of course they're very tight-lipped about it, which I totally understand. If I actually do find it, I will be doing the same. Anyway, I'm going to try this direction here for a little bit as opposed to that way. If I don't find anything over here, then I'm going to have to hope that maybe somebody gives me some better instructions. And just within a couple minutes of the last one, I found another pretty good sized maple. So who knows, maybe we're getting warm and on the right path. So I've made my way down to the river again, and it looks like there might be some big maples over there. So it seems that the theme of this day is strangeness. So I was exploring across the river over there where I left off, and then I hear what I thought was a logging truck, and I was going to film them going across the bridge, and then all of a sudden it doesn't go across the bridge. And then a couple minutes later, I hear him honking his horn. And I don't know, maybe this is him going by right now, I don't know. But as soon as he honked his horn, it sounded like it was coming right from where my vehicle was. And I'm thinking, is this guy gonna say that I shouldn't even be parked along this logging road, even though it's completely off the road? Yeah, I don't know if this is the same guy or not. Hopefully it is. But anyway, so I go stomping through the bush thinking, who knows, maybe they have tow trucks out here and they're going to tow me away or something. Yeah, I don't know if that's the same guy or not. It might be. Anyhow, I'm stomping through the bush, wondering what the heck's going on. And then I get out of the bush. He's probably wondering, what's this guy coming out of the bush doing? And he goes, he's broken down. And he goes, I think there's just enough space for you to get around. So I'm thinking, don't tell me I'm blocked in by this big logging truck that there's no way it can be rolled out of the way, obviously, or pushed. So anyway, I go around, and sure enough, there is just enough room to get by. And then another logging truck buddy of his going the opposite way stops, and he goes, are you getting out of here right now? Because if so, you should get around him right now while you can, because who knows, maybe you would have broken down on the bridge. And I asked him, does he know where Mossy Grove is? And he said no, but you can't really get much information out of loggers. They're pretty tight-lipped about any of the old growth trees, because all they care about is their paychecks and cutting them down. So anyway, with all that said, I'm across the bridge now, exploring what I was pointing out from the other side. Now it seemed like there was again a rough trail. Maybe this is it here again. So I'm gonna do a little more exploring, because again, I've come all this way out here. So I'm gonna make a good effort before I truly give up. So let's see what we find. Well, that's about the biggest tree I've seen so far back here. A few of them, but no giant maple trees. So this is a very, very mossy maple tree. I guess this is about as nice a one as I've found so far. Here's another one. I'm very confident that I'm in the right area. These two are interconnected somehow. Again, beautiful hanging moss, but it certainly is not the right spot here. And this is kind of cool. This one's really covered in hanging moss. So, I will show this video to you guys, even though I didn't find my main tree. Because this is not bad. I think that what I'll do next is I will head back towards Victoria, and I have a lead on a group of other old growth trees, and I'll stop by there and see if I can find that. And if I do, I'll just make it all into one video. Alright, I'm at the new location, and I'm hunting for some giant old growth trees. Now so far, this is the biggest one I've seen. I don't know if that qualifies as being a giant old growth tree. Try to get it on the lighter side over here. It's a little better. I mean, it's a decent sized tree, but not a giant old growth. This is a nice path along the river though. Just down at river level. Some beautiful shades of green down here. river's pretty dried up down there. Again, here's a couple of decent sized trees, but not compared to the size at Avatar Grove and others around the island. This one's getting a little bigger, I think. That's a decent size. Oh, right away there's another one here. There's hope yet. That's not bad. Not bad. Well, this is interesting. I just stumbled across somebody's little camp. Anybody home? I guess not. Got a little kettle there. Doesn't look like it's been used in a while though. What else? Those look like moccasins. Not much in here. Bunch of cans. Beer. Interesting. Hard to say if somebody's currently living in it or not. But the trail is getting a little hard to follow along the riverbank here. What's going on here? Huh. Yeah, that kind of seems like it's the end of the trail, but let's go down to river level and walk along the riverbank for a bit. Well, I guess this is the end of the road because I can't start walking in the river. And there's quite an embankment that goes way up there. The trail might go up there, but I don't think I'm going to bother. Would be kind of interesting someday to maybe go floating down this river on an inner tube and see if there's any waterfalls further down, but not today. There's a little bit of a wider shot. It's kind of cool actually, built right amongst three pretty big trees right by the river, at least when the river's flowing. It picks up again down that way, but yeah, it's a really nice spot. Can't complain about the price, I'm guessing, for rent. Well, I think I'm going to call it a day, everyone. Maybe not the most exciting video, but hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please consider subscribing and liking. That would help my channel out quite a bit. Thank you. And until next time, bye for now.